I was wondering what your process is for the very beginning of a song, whether it would start with a melody or a bunch of chords.
I used to be more reliant on keyboards rather than piano because their sounds had atmosphere, and they would, when you play something, it would make you want to play this next. You know, like, and so I used to play around with that an awful lot.
So almost like the feeling of the music rather than the notes themselves would create the song.
Yeah, and then, you know, but then at the same time, without any of that, you just start playing on piano and you get a different kind of song, you know. So it's all the different kind of the tools you got all make it different, you know.
Why do you think you still write songs if you've presumably you've got over the divorce now? That was a while ago.
3, mate. 3.
They keep coming. Is that what do you think spurs you on to keep on writing?
Well, to see if you can do it again a bit better. You know, I mean, it's like I'm always more interested in the thing that I'm going to write than the thing I did write. You know? Okay.
And what's that like hearing your old songs? Does it feel like looking at old photographs of yourself, or?
Yeah, well, my 6-year-old, he wants to. You know, he's particularly. He'll listen to a song like No Son of Mine from Genesis, or I listen to a song like Driving the Last Spike, which is about the making of the English railroads, you know, Genesis song. And he'll say, what does that mean? What does that, why did you say that? I said, well, I just said it because it popped out of my mouth. Or, why do you go, ha ha ha, in Mama? Why do you do that? Because the rest of the song's not like that.
It's kind of hard questions to answer.
Yeah, I know. I sort of say, well, you know, at the time, that's what I did, and everybody seemed to like it, so we did it. But great question.
I guess also what you're saying is that there isn't necessarily a clear logic to why you went, ha ha ha.
Well, there's a completely clear logic to the story, but I mean, it's difficult to explain that that's why you did it, as opposed to just everyone laughing and then you getting on and not doing it, you know. You know, in fact, our engineer at the time brought in Grandmaster Flash, The Message, while we were recording, while we were writing Mama. And he put it on. And this was like early days of rap, you know. I mean, you listen to it now and it's like very, very different from the stuff you hear now. But it's like a, you know, it's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep them going under. And we laughed. We thought, what a fantastic thing to put in a song. Just a laugh. So I went out there and we were writing, and we would get to this bit, like the drum machine was going and it was like just moody chords, and I went, and they all looked around, you know, and I said, that's good, I like that, you know. So eventually it became part of the song.
So the message inspired Mama,
yes.
Inadvertently.
And you tell people that and they'll think I'm crazy. You think you're crazy, you know.
Well, life takes unexpected turns. I mean, I imagine when you started, you didn't think you'd be a player on the hip-hop scene.
Hip-hop, I remember seeing a programme, just flipping through the channel one day, and Ice-T, I think it was, back in the early days of rap. He was, there was a documentary about him, and they were in his living room, and he said, oh, and this cynical journalist said, well, what have you got in your record collection then? And he found my albums, and he said, what is Phil Collins doing in your record collection? He said, hey, man, don't mess with my Phil, man. And I thought, my God, this is nice, you know, because you get so used to what you read about yourself that actually hearing it from a musician, in music, there is none of that.
Yeah, it's more open-minded.
Yeah, it's just music, good or bad, you know.
Does it feel strange when you realise that these songs have become such public property? I mean, these songs are so well known, you know, something, well, you could take In the Air Tonight, you know, you might be driving down a road in Georgia or somewhere and it can come on the radio. It's no longer, in a way, it's no longer yours.
I automatically assume, I mean, I just can't get myself into the other way of thinking about it, but I automatically, when I leave the country, they stop playing the records. You know, you go to America and you promote something and they play, yeah, let's see if you're all right. They put it away till it comes back, you know. And then someone will say, oh, I was listening to, I was in the car today, there's someone in America and I'm here. Say, oh, I heard you, I went, 2 stations were playing 2 of your things back to back. It was extraordinary. And I think, really? You mean life goes on when you're not there?
We talked a little bit about the Tarzan Commission with the song. Yeah. Can you just tell me a bit about how that came about?
I got a phone call saying, would I like to do the music, write the music for a Disney movie. Now, I mean, you've got to understand that Disney, my older brother is a cartoonist, and the animators were his heroes. My sister was an ice skater, and she skated in Wembley every year. We had Dopey living with us, you know. We had little Kenny Baker living at my house. He was playing Dopey in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The dog didn't know what to make of him at all. But he was living at our house. So Disney, for me, is like something that I was riding the bike and my dad let go of the saddle when he was singing, hey, diddle-dee-dee, and actors. You know, I've got a lot of history with it.
It's there from the start.
So when they asked me to write music for a movie, I thought, God, I'm suddenly being asked to become a member of a club that I never thought I'd be a member of. So I said no originally. I said, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not good enough for that. And I spoke to the music guy, the guy that puts people with the movies, and he said, listen, you can do it. I said, I can't write. I can't be like Alan Menken. I can't do those comedy songs. You know, be my guest, be my guest. I can't do that. He said, well, we don't want you to do that. Otherwise, we'd get Alan Menken to do it. What we want you to do is be you, but write it to the movie. So suddenly, I saw things from a different perspective. You know, when you do something like a Disney movie, they'll give you 3 or 4 maybe pages of an outline of a story, and they say, we may want a song there, probably a song there, the baby's crying, yes, we're going to want a song there for the ape to sing. You think, I've got to write a song for an ape to sing, right? So, okay, I don't do that often. So I sent them the demos of the songs, and the director started to fall in love with the demos, and it was then suggested that I would sing in the movie. And I said, you're crazy, you know, people have got to go and see the movies expecting the ape to sing, you know. You can't suddenly have Phil Collins' voice, it's going to take them back to somewhere else, you know. And in fact, we had a sort of 11th hour thing where Glenn Close, who did the voice for Carla, who was the mother ape, I was sat in the studio with her to teach her it, and she was much more Broadway than pop, and she couldn't get the rhythm of the thing. And it's all upbeat, and there's nothing on one. Come stop your crying, it will be. Just take my hand. She couldn't handle it, so I ended up singing it because of that, really. But anyway, I'll try to amble through this.